stay humble and be grateful. Hello and welcome to the podcast. My name is Paul Drake. I am your host. Thank you for tuning in today. Hope you enjoying the podcast, and I hope this brings you as much value as possible. Now, today's episode is about how you should try to stay humble of what things are happening in your life and try and just be grateful of just everything, because the more you have of gratitude and being more grateful of things, the more things that are grateful will come into your life. So this is like, it's like when you are building a sandcastle. So you've built one castle and you put it down. Now, if you neglect that sandcastle, then obviously it's just going to end up going down and moving away. But if you gradually build up and build up and build up, and more sandcastles around it, then before long you've got this massive thing, then it's just going to be taken care of a lot more. So try to make sure that being grateful and being humble are on top of your list to live your life by, because it's so easy to forget what other people do for you and forget that there are people that are worse than you and there are people that have gone through a lot more. It's not a competition, obviously, but it's about trying to find your perspective and thinking what you can do personally to achieve that level of just realizing, yes, I may not be where I am or where I want to be, but I will get there eventually, or I am on my way to getting there. So there's a quote by Tom Bilyeu. He says like whatever it is, and then put yet at the end of it, because that yet just means you may not be there yet, but you will get there. All it takes is you just to keep going and keep moving forward, and you'll get there eventually. Now, I've struggled with this quite a lot, and it's something that's on the top of my priority now, and I've struggled with trying to find what I can be grateful for and what I should stay humble for, because it's so easily taken for granted. Like just the fact of being in a nice warm house, or the running water, or food in the cupboards, or the potential to make money online, the laptop that I'm on, just the clothes that I've got. It's so easy to forget what we actually do have and how we can really strip everything bare, and we could just live at the bare minimum and still be grateful, because it is just worth doing. So for me personally, for the rest of my life, but for the next at least 90 days, I'm going to really focus and hone in on just being humble and grateful for everything that I have. And that's being thankful for waking up in the morning. That's being thankful for getting up in a nice warm house. That's thankful for being able to go use the toilet that I can just flush, and just everything that I can possibly think of, just to be and try to be grateful, that will then help me become a better person, because I feel like that the gratitude and my humbleness is very lacking, and I'm happy to put my hands up and say I haven't been very humble, I haven't been very grateful, and there's people in my life that I should have been more grateful of, and there's things that I should have been more inspired to, appreciate more and put more effort into, but because of my own my own ability to even be grateful or even be humble and be thankful and be compassionate and stuff like that, it was very hard. So when it comes to, say, thanking people, like just a simple thank you, sometimes you find it, I find it hard, and I don't know why, and it's like they've done something nice and you say thank you, and it doesn't seem very sincere, because you've got in your head, well, I could have done that myself, or I could have done this, or da 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 da, and then it's like, well, you're not appreciating what they've done. It doesn't matter if you could have done it, or it doesn't matter if it's not to your standard, or it's not anything. Just be humble and grateful that they've taken the time and the appreciation to even like giving you that part of their life, or that part of their just their being, just to help you out. They didn't have to do it. They wanted to do it because they either loved you, or they thought that you'd want a little bit of help, or just anything like that. Just, it's so easily done just to like not be grateful or not be humble of what you've actually got. Now, being humble is very like, it's very realizing to think that now more than ever you need to be humble of what we've actually got. Yes, the coronavirus is out there. Yes, it's taking people's lives. Yes, it's not the best ideal situation that we've got in life at the minute, but look what you do have. You're at home. You can spend more time with the kids. You can spend more time doing what you want to do instead of sitting there watching TV all day or moaning that you can't do this and can't do that. Try and figure out what you do want to do. Try and figure out what your passions are, what your drives are, what things are making you feel, that you need to improve on. There's bound to be certain aspects of your life that you may want to change or you may want to improve on. Just me today saying about gratitude. If you don't know how to be grateful, pick up a book on how to be grateful and how to change your perspective on how to, come across to other people and how to be more thankful of things you've got. And just a simple thing like that would improve your life tenfold. So it's as simple as that. When it comes to this time we've got now, yes, the economy is going to suffer. Yes, we are going to have to bounce back. Yes, it's, not ideal. Our family members may be getting ill, and there's people out there that have having to put themselves in situations like the NHS and things like that to help other people. And if you're not becoming the best that you can be, then everything else is being in vain, if you get what I'm saying. Because you are not living up to your life, and you are living the life of being trapped and miserable, and you feel like a slave because now that you've maybe been made redundant, or you've decided that it's your life's not worth living and stuff like that. So it's kind of like trying to find that now inspiration back to be more grateful for what you actually do have. Yes, these things are happening, but bring forth what you can and try and be grateful. As I said earlier, I am no expert, and I am struggling with this myself, just for my own mental sanity of why aren't I grateful for everything that I have, because there is so much to be grateful for, and there's so much to be humble for, that I shouldn't be living the way I should be. I should be, open. I should be living the best life I should be, because I want to bring my message to people. I want to, inspire people. I want to make their life better. And if I can't be grateful myself, and I can't be humble of what I've got, and knowing that I do have listeners and I do have people that like the show and stuff, and it's just trying to get over that barrier of your own self-limiting beliefs as well, what you can and can't do, and just breaking down the barriers. And there is so much information out there, so much that you can go and find just by Googling or YouTubing or anything like that, just to change anything. It's that simple, and it's great that we do live in an era now where the information is there, but it's now trying to find that implementation, that that willingness to do it, them goals, and just putting forth your best foot to actually achieve them and becoming the person that you really want to be. Now, I just want to do a quick realization and quick, a quick, like, what's it called now? A little bit of not a task, but a little bit of something to help you along your way. So, what I want you to do is think of the main thing that you want to change in your life. Now, take a few seconds to do it. I really want you to think about what is the number one thing that you'd love to be different in your life. And really focus on that. And then once you've really focused on that, now you need to put the effort of that focus into how is the best solution that you can come up with to change that thing. So if you feel like, so say you really want to change your job. Now you've really focused in, you really don't like your job because, say, you don't like the manager, or you don't like the work, you're not following your true passions. Everything you can think of that you don't like that. So now you don't like the job. Now you need to think of ways to get out. Now you need to think about your passions. Say you want to, I don't know, you could become anything. You could even become a YouTuber. You could become a podcaster. You could become an affiliate marketer. You could just want to change your career. So you want to be from, say, you're working in a warehouse. You want to work to be in media, doing video and stuff like that. Now you need to think about all the skills, all the assets, all the things that you need to do to get to that job. And then once you figure that out, you get to the bottom So you want to figure out what is the bottom part that you're worst at that you think will improve the most. So say if you want to go back to the media side, so you want to do like recording, but you've never recorded before, you've never known how to edit, you don't know how to do this, you don't even know how to set up a camera. So maybe the first stage is to learn how to set up a camera, and there's things on like Skillshare that show you, there's things on YouTube, all these things can be free that you can actually look at and watch, and hey presto, you've learned how to do it. And then your confidence and self-esteem will be even higher because you've learned something new. But then not just that, you've also inspired yourself to get to that next level of your life, because now you're changing, you're starting to make them first steps. That's all it takes. You don't need to, everyone thinks that you need to go from like 0 to 100 straight away. You don't. You just need to go to 0 to 5 mile an hour. And then once you go to 5 mile an hour, think, right, I'll go to 10 mile an hour. Then once you go to 10, you go to 15. And then just keep taking steps to move forward and more forward and more forward. Before long, it might take a year, might take 2 years, might take even like 3 years. But what happens after 3 years? You are going to be in the position that you love to be in. So that could be either financially free, in the job that you like, to doing anything you can possibly think of to do. It might take 3 years. We've got this bad thing, we're all about time, and we don't appreciate the time that we've actually got. We kind of think, oh well, we don't have enough time to do something, or time's flying us by, or when we think about doing something, it might take, I don't know, 5 years to get to where you want to be, and you think, 5 years, that's a hell of a long time, I don't really want to do it, I want to do it now. But if you take that time and think, right, it's going to take me 5 years to achieve the goals that I want to do, then 5 years, you're learning, you're enjoying it, you're appreciating it, you're staying humble, you're being, in the best of moods, because you know at the end of it, you're going to be where you want to be in life. And at the end of the 5 years, you would have learned so much, you would have been inspired, you would have, brought your best foot forward. Then when after the 5 years is finished, you might think, well, you know what? This is my life. I want to move forward. I want to try something new. So then you keep what you were doing before, and then you try something new, and then it just all stacks up. Time is irrelevant. What is relevant is you staying humble and appreciating what you've got and being happy, living the life that you want to live with no regrets and becoming better every day. That is the main purpose of just living your life. Or that's my own personal opinion. Maybe not yours. You may not want to live like that, but that is entirely up to you. My personal opinion is to live happy, live life without regret, and become better. That is why I've got the LLB Project. It's your birthright. Because I believe them 3 core values should be what everyone should live by. Right, that's it for today, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast, and hope that it's made you realise that we need to take a few steps back to realise what we have got, start staying more like humble and being more grateful for what people do for us and what we actually have in our life, because it can all be taken away. It can be taken away just like that. So keep in mind that you being grateful for what you've got will bring more things that you can be grateful for. It's the law of attraction. It's what the universe wants from you. You put out there what you want, it's going to give you what you want. You just need to make sure that it is exactly what you want. Don't think about what you don't want, because if you think about what you don't want, you're obviously going to get situations, scenarios that you don't want. Just a quick one to say, you were going out, you felt absolutely like annoyed and really angry, and you were just going out and you didn't want more of this frustration because you felt like you couldn't handle anymore. What happens? You go out, you might trip over something, break your leg. Damn, that's another thing. Then you get even more frustrated and angry, and then before long, this mood and this mood is now turned into more of a habit, because you've constantly thought about the things that you don't want. And then we are very good at thinking about what we don't want and attracting what we don't want instead of attracting what we do want. So just keep in mind that your thoughts have a lot to do with how your life is. It is like, in fact, I'd say your life is the way it is because of your thoughts. Because if you didn't have them thoughts in the first place, then you wouldn't have them situations come into your life. If you thought everything was, you were being grateful for everything, you were positive about everything, there ain't going to be any bad coming into your life. It's going to be all good, because you're going to be thinking about all this positive, all this gratitude, all this great stuff just absorbing and into your life, because that's all you're ever thinking about. Nothing's ever bad to you. So what can be negative? Right, that's it again, guys. I've talked a little bit longer. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. And yeah, I will see you again soon.